Hi everyone, welcome to the video lecture on Fourier series. In this lecture we will discuss some basic concepts about Fourier series and visualization of Fourier series of some periodic functions and its convergence. Introduction. In the early 1800s, Jean-Baptiste Joseph Fourier, a French mathematician, claimed that an arbitrary periodic function can be represented as an infinite series of sines and cosines of different frequencies and amplitude. The problem of representing a given function fx by a trigonometric series of the form a0 by 2 plus sigma n equal to 1 to infinity an cos n omega s plus bn sin n omega x, where omega equal to 2 pi by t is the fundamental frequency, t is the period, was first studied by Joseph Fourier in a problem of conduction of heat in solids. Even though Fourier could prove the convergence of his series for a large number of particular cases, he could not give a generalization of this concept. Dirichlet gave the generalization of Fourier's idea, and he proved that periodic functions satisfying certain conditions known as Dirichlet conditions can exhibit such a series representation which converges to the actual function. Dirichlet conditions. If fx is a bounded periodic function with the period t, say t is equal to 2l, has at most a finite number of maxima and minima and at most a finite number of discontinuities in the interval c plus 2l, then fx has a trigonometric series representation of the form a0 by 2 plus sigma n equal to 1 to infinity an cos n pi x by l plus bn sin n pi x by l, which converges for all values of x to the sum half of f of x plus 0 plus f of x minus 0, where f of x plus 0 and f of x minus 0 are the right hand limit and left hand limit of fx at x. The series a0 by 2 plus sigma n equal to 1 to infinity an cos n pi x by l plus bn sin n pi x by l is known as the Fourier series of the 2l periodic function fx in the interval c plus 2l. Fundamental theorem on convergence of Fourier series. If fx is a piecewise continuous periodic function with the period 2l in the interval c plus 2l satisfying the Dirichlet conditions, then its a Fourier series Sx equal to a0 by 2 plus sigma n equal to 1 to infinity an cos n pi x by l plus bn sin n pi x by l converges at each point x of the interval satisfies Sx equal to fx if fx is continuous at x for c less than x less than c plus 2l. Sx equal to half of f of x plus 0 plus f of x minus 0 if fx is discontinuous at x for c less than x less than c plus 2l, and at the endpoints c and c plus 2l, s of c equal to s of c plus 2l is equal to half of f of c plus 0 plus f of c plus 2l minus 0. Fourier coefficient in the Fourier series expansion a0, an and bn are computed using the orthogonality relations of the sine and cosine functions defined in a symmetric interval minus L. If you are integrating the product of two sine functions in the symmetric interval minus L to L, the value of the integral can be obtained like this. Integral minus L to L sin m pi x by L into sin n pi x by L dx equal to 0 for m not equal to n and equal to L for m equal to n. The same result holds for cosine function. Integral minus L to L cos m pi x by L into cos n pi x by L dx equal to 0 for m not equal to n equal to L for m equal to n. These two results are known as orthogonality relations for sines and cosine functions of period 2l defined in an interval of length 2l. Also, integral minus L to L sin m pi x by L into cos n pi x by L dx equal to 0 for all m and n, because the product function sin m pi x by L into cos n pi x by L is acting as an odd function defined in a symmetric interval minus L to L. Hence, the total integral value equal to 0. Euler's formula. If fx is a 2l periodic function satisfying the Dirichlet conditions in the interval c plus 2l, then its a Fourier series is given by a0 by 2 plus sigma n equal to 1 to infinity an cos n pi x by L plus bn sin n pi x by L, where the Fourier coefficients a0, an and bn can be computed using the previous orthogonality relations. A0 is given by a0 equal to 1 by L into integral c to c plus 2l fx dx, an equal to 1 by L into integral c to c plus 2l fx cos n pi x by L dx, bn is equal to 1 by L into integral c to c plus 2l fx sin n pi x by L dx. See, in all these cases, we are considering a 2L periodic function defined in an interval of length 2L, say C, C plus 2L. By taking appropriate values of C, we can consider this interval of length 2L as interval starting from minus L to L or minus pi to pi, 0 to 2 pi, etc. by suitably choosing the value of C. If you are taking C is equal to minus L, the interval becomes minus L to L, and if you are taking C is equal to 0, the interval becomes 0 to 2L, and if you are taking C is equal to minus pi and the length of the interval is equal to 2 pi, then it becomes minus pi to pi, or if the total length of the interval is 2 pi and taking C is equal to 0, the interval becomes 0 to 2 pi. So, next we will see graphical representation of some periodic functions and their Fourier series representation. Before going to Fourier series, let us first consider Taylor series expansion of an infinitely differentiable function using polynomials and its convergence. Here we consider the exponential function. We know that this exponential function is infinitely differentiable, and we can expand this exponential function e raised to x as e raised to x is equal to 1 plus x by 1 factorial plus s square by 2 factorial plus s cube by 3 factorial, etc. And this expansion is called the Taylor series expansion about the origin, or it is the Maclaurin series expansion. Here we can see that the exponential function is approximated by some polynomials, and if we are considering the first 20 cases, we can see that exponential function can be approximated by a 20th degree polynomial. See how the convergence occurs. So this is the straight line 1 plus x, so that constitute the first two terms of the Taylor series expansion of e raised to x, that is 1 plus x. And if we are successively increasing the number of terms in this right hand side polynomial expansion, we can see that the polynomials can replace the original exponential function as the number of terms increases. See the first 20 cases. See the 20th degree polynomial 1 plus x square by 2 factorial, etc. up to x raised to 20 by 20 factorial can replace the exact exponential function in the interval starting from minus 8 to infinity. Similarly, if you are increasing the number of terms, we can see that the original function e raised to x can be replaced by this infinity series by the polynomials higher powers of x on the right hand side. So that is called the convergence of Taylor series. So in order to obtain this type Taylor series for some functions, the fundamental requirement is the function must be infinitely differentiable. And we know that e raised to x, sin x, cos x, etc. all these functions are infinitely differentiable. And for infinitely differentiable functions, we can have this polynomial representation, and that representation is called the Taylor series expansion, or the expansion about the origin. It's a special case that is called the Maclaurin series expansion. But in the Fourier series case of a periodic function, we can consider discontinuous functions also. Here we cannot have the expansion for a discontinuous function because the fundamental requirement is the function must be infinitely differentiable. Next we are considering a periodic function of period 6. Suppose we are considering the identity function defined in the interval minus 3 to 3, that is fx equal to x for minus 3 less than x less than 3. And if you are defining the periodic function as f of x plus 6 is equal to fx for all x, we can take the multiple copies of these functions, that is called the periodic extension or the periodic function. So that means in every interval of length 6 we can see the same graph. So that is called the periodic function. We can have the Fourier series expansion of this periodic function of period 6. Also we can consider another periodic function. Suppose we are considering the another periodic function as x square. So this is another function. This is the parabolic function, that is fx is equal to x square defined only in the interval minus 3 to 3. And here also we are considering a periodic extension of this function for an interval of length 6. We can consider the periodic extension like this. Say this is the periodic extension of the parabolic function defined in the interval of length 6. So for this periodic function, fx is equal to x square and defined in the interval minus 3 to 3, and f of x plus 6 is equal to fx. See, in every interval of length 6 we can see the same graph, so that is called the periodic function. See, from minus 3 to 3 we can have the upward parabola, then 3 to 9 we can have another parabola, then 9 to 15 another parabola, and so on. Similarly to the left hand side. See one more example for periodic function. See, here we have considered the exponential function defined in an interval of length 6. That means we have restricted the function fx equal to e raised to x only for minus 3 to 3. That means we have defined the exponential function in an interval of length 6 only. And if we take the multiple copies, we can have the periodic extension of this function. So this will be the periodic extension. Fx is equal to e raised to x defined for the interval minus 3 less than x less than 3, and f of x plus 6 is equal to fx. See, the same exponential curve or the same exponential function or part repeats in every interval of length 6. In Fourier series, we are considering certain standard waveforms like this: sine curve, square wave, triangular wave, sawtooth wave, etc. As we have already defined Fourier series as an infinite trigonometric series of sines and cosines of different frequencies and amplitudes. See the graphical representation of a sine curve with the different amplitudes and different frequencies. Here we have set the amplitude of this function as 3.5. So we can change this amplitude by increasing the amplitude up to 6. We get the graph like this. So this is the change of amplitude of the sine function a sin nx. Also we can change the corresponding frequencies. If we are successively increasing these frequencies, see what happens. For n equal to 4, we can have 4 copies of the sine curve in an interval of length 0 to 2 pi, in an interval of length 2 pi. For n is equal to 2, we can have 2 copies of sine curves in 0 to 2 pi, so the frequency is 2, and so on. So these functions, that means a sin nx and b cos nx functions, are used in Fourier series expansion. Consider the square wave function defined by ft is equal to 0 for minus pi less than t less than pi by 2, and 1 for minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, and 0 for pi by 2 to pi. See, from the definition of this square wave function, it is clear that this is an even function defined in the interval minus pi to pi. And because this is an even function, while we are computing the Fourier coefficients, we can say that the sine terms are absent. That means bn equal to 0, and we can have only the values of a0 and an. See, on computation we can see that the Fourier coefficient, the first coefficient a0 by 2 becomes 1 by 2, and an becomes 2 by pi into minus 1 raised to n plus 1 by 2n minus 1. So in the Fourier expansion of the square wave function, we can have only the cosine terms. And this 1 by 2 is called the DC component of this function, and the remaining part is called the AC component or harmonics. And this is 1 by 2 because the average value of the function in the interval minus pi to pi is 1 by 2. If it is an odd function, that we can say that the average value of the function defined in the symmetric interval becomes 0. So the a0 term is absent for an odd function. So this is the first term plus the first harmonic, that means 1 by 2 plus 2 by pi into the first cosine term. And if we are successively increasing the cosine terms, we can say that the Fourier series converges to the actual square wave. So the discontinuous function is replaced by the continuous function given by the Fourier series. So this is what is happening in Fourier series computation of every periodic function. See another periodic function that function is called the sawtooth function. Here the function is defined as fx equal to x for an interval of length 6 defined from minus 3 to 3, that is fx equal to x for minus 3 to 3, and f of x plus 6 equal to fx, that they are the periodic extensions. So this will be the graph of that sawtooth function. And if you are computing the Fourier coefficient of this sawtooth function or this fx equal to x, we can see that the first two Fourier coefficients are absent, that is a0 and an are absent, and we can have only bn term, and because it is an odd function. See, from the graph it is clear that this function is symmetric about origin. So that function is an odd function. So upon integration we will get the first two Fourier coefficients 0, and we can have only the sine terms. If you are adding the first sine term in the Fourier series, we will get a graph like this, and suppose we are successively increasing the number of sine terms, we can say that this Fourier series expansion given by the graph is given in blue color, that can converge to the actual sawtooth function. Here also the function is a discontinuous function, but that discontinuous function can be replaced by a continuous trigonometric series or the Fourier series. These are the introductory concepts about Fourier series and its convergence. Thanks for watching.